All right, so in this video, we're going to show you a really cool feature that we have for eLearn.mcoe.org. It's integrating our Google Docs in a really powerful, really cool way. We just installed the LTI. So let's show you what's going on. So here's a use case. So on our left side, we've got the teacher. On the right side, we've got the student, two separate browsers, of course. And so let's say we've got the teacher, and the teacher is going to go to his dashboard. He's going to click on experimenting. He's going to open up his class and turn on editing mode. And let's go all the way down here to demo. So let's call this demo the Google thing. All right, because this is really, really cool. So what this allows us to do, what this allows the teacher to do is to seamlessly integrate Google files, Google Docs, Google Slides, etc., into eLearn, where the students are automatically, they have their copies made for them, and it allows for easy submission of assignments back and forth, because then the teacher can grade it and give it back to the student, and you continue that submission and resubmission process. So let's just show you what it looks like. So as a teacher, I'm going to add an assignment. There it is, right there. There's the money. It's the G Suite assignment. So you click on it. You don't bother naming it yet, because first you're going to you have to approve that this is indeed who you are. The LTI opens up, and now what you're going to do is you're going to create your Google assignment by attaching a Google file. And it's pulling up, and I'm going to use this demo for Google LTI. Otherwise, I would just search for it, and I could use the My Drive and other things to make it go a little faster, but I'm just going to use this demo for Google LTI. I'm going to click Add. Right here is where it says each student is going to get a copy. So when the students access this assignment, it's going to make an automatic copy of this assignment for each student. And let's say it's worth 7 points. And I'm going to click Create. And then it's going to save all the information. I need to wait for the LTI to work its magic. And now I'm going to name it. Here is the demo assignment. All right. And you'll notice down here on grade, it's worth 7 points. I really don't need to change any of these other features. All I needed to do was select the content, name it, and make sure that the points were correct, which of course it is. So I save and return, and there's the assignment. So let's take a look at what that's going to look like on the student side. So here's the student side, and the student is going to click on his, yay, the student reached a new level, yay. Okay, so anyway, the student goes down and clicks on his assignment, scrolls all the way down, and sure enough, there is the new assignment. He's going to click on it, and it's thinking the LTI is doing its little magic. And there we go. That kind of took a little longer than it normally does. So sometimes students are going to have to be patient, clearly. And what the student sees is a link. Now, the original assignment, the original Google Doc was called Demo for Google LTI. But it now appends the student's name to the front of the name of that file, because this is now Dwayne Habecker's file as the student, right? And so now the student is just going to click it, and there's the assignment, the sample assignment, and let's say Dwayne says this, and we're just going to kind of copy and paste. So here's the Dwayne's response. And then he's got another response. Here is another response from Dwayne. All right, and we're going to grab that. And there it is. Okay, so now here's the cool thing. What if Dwayne was still working on it and he needed to quit? So he logs out, he's fine. So then he can always come back. He can always re-click on that link, so he doesn't have to go looking for it in his Google Drive. It's right there in eLearn. And here is his assignment. He again clicks on it, and he can see that it's exactly the way he left it. He can continue finishing it if he needs to. And then when he's done, he just clicks Submit. And he says, go, submit. Now it's submitting. And it's thinking. Good, there it is. All right, so now, oh, look at that. I never noticed that there's an unsubmit option as well. That's kind of cool. So we're gonna go back to the teacher side. Now the teacher side, I'm gonna kind of refresh just in case that matters. I'm gonna click on here is the demo assignment, and I'm now going to see Dwayne has submitted his assignment. So what does that look like? So I click on it. There it is. I can see Dwayne's work. I can see what he says. I could give a score. Good, but your points are a little vague. Okay, there you go. So now I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to send it back to the student, send it back to the student Dwayne. Meanwhile, as that's loading, I'm going to go back over here to the student side, and I'm going to just refresh that screen just in case it matters. And I'm going to go, and now as the student, I'm going to click, and I can now see that I have a score. I have a feedback from the teacher. If I choose, I can always click on it, make some revisions here, and actually we're seeing it on this teacher side too. Let's close that. Here are some more changes being made by the student. All right, so we've cleared it up, resubmit, and then it's thinking, and it's thinking, and it's thinking. And then let's go back to the teacher side. And the teacher side, I'm going to click on back on that link. And it now says that Dwayne has resubmitted right here, resubmitted, which is really cool. And so that's the process. It works. We can change that to a 7. We could say, great job. I love the revision. Woohoo! And I love it if I spelled it correctly. Love the revision. Hit return. And then on the student side back here, if the student were to click on this again, the student would see that he's got a 7. And so all of this is that classic functionality from Google Classroom that we're familiar with, but now it's all inside eLearn. We don't have to use Google Classroom because now we have the functionality of Google Classroom, that assignment submission and resubmission process, but we also maintain all of the really cool community building features that are part of eLearn. So let us know if you have any questions, because this is just a fantastic feature that we want to really roll out to all of our users.